Okay, so if you guys are still a little bit confused about how to find the information for your planets, I'm going to be able to go over it with you with my screen so that you can see how I found the information for planet Earth. For your assignment, you're supposed to find the following information: the distance from the sun, the temperature, presence of water, and if it's solid, liquid, or gas, presence of atmosphere. If there is an atmosphere, what makes up that atmosphere? The ability to support life. Does your planet have this or does it not? And 4 interesting facts that you just think stick out about the planet. So there are a couple sources you can use to go about figuring this out. One really good one is called Space Facts. It's a website that gives a lot of information about the planets. So I'm doing the example on Earth. So I'm going to go click on Earth. And you can just take time to navigate through. There's some really nice images on this. There's some really nice facts and diagrams and things such as that. And then there's also solar system scope. So if you can't find some of your information, it might be best to come to this website as well. So I'm going to click on the Earth. There are 5 tabs right here that kind of talk about the Earth a little bit. So one of the things that we need is the distance from the sun. The mean distance from the sun on this website, as well as the others, is about 150 million kilometers. So you can go into your document or on your piece of paper, fill that in, and then see what else you need. Go back to the website, see what you can find. There's also many different basics. This is where you can find some of the facts that you need for your interesting facts section. One of the things that I pulled from this website is the fact that it's the densest of the 8 planets in the solar system, and it's the largest of the 4 terrestrial planets. You keep going, you can see that 71% of Earth's surface is covered by salt water, and the remaining is taken up by the 7 continental land masses. So this website kind of just gives you some more information. Another interesting fact is that we do have seasons based on the tilt of the axis. That way, when the axis is tilt, while the Earth is orbiting around the sun, different places of the Earth are impacted by the sun's heat, which is why we have those different seasons during the year. And then just a little bit about the magnetic field and things of that nature. I do believe, okay, so the surface temperature for the Earth is on spacefacts.com. So that's the next thing we need. So you would take this information and put it onto your Word document or onto your piece of paper and just fill it in. Next thing, presence of water. I really like Bob the Alien's website for this. It has all of the planets listed out. So we're going to click on Earth. It gives you a little insight of what the Earth is and how it works and different things about that. So why there is life on Earth. This is pretty important to remember, because if you do remember, you need to also describe if life forms are able to survive on the planet, give a brief explanation of this, and kind of your opinion on if life forms could or could not survive. Presence of water is what we're looking for now. So if you go down on this page, reason 3 for why Earth is able to support life is because of water. It has water, and water is one of the most important things necessary for life, since our bodies are made up of so much water. The water on Earth is drinkable, and it lets the life-providing molecules move around easily. A lot of places do have water that is accessible easily through like streams and things like that. And then there's filtration systems that also help with the water. Water on the earth is in all three states, solid, liquid, and gas at different times in different situations. So you're just going to add up a little bit of that information into your chart as well. So as you can see, I put that the earth has water in all three forms. It makes up about 70% of the earth's surface. It is drinkable and allows life-providing molecules to move around easily. Next, we're going to look for the presence of atmosphere and what makes up the atmosphere. So you can go back onto your websites and look around and see if there's an atmosphere. Now you are allowed to go to different websites online that you know about, or you can Google anything that you need to, as long as it's a reliable source. So right here it says that Earth has a breathable atmosphere. Oxygen is required for most life of creatures. So Earth's atmosphere does have oxygen. Has a couple other things too, like carbon dioxide and a couple of the other greenhouse gases that aren't so great, but sometimes they are necessary. So once you're done reading that information, you can come back in and add a couple little things. As you can see, I put Earth's atmosphere is full of oxygen, making it breathable for humans and other organisms. There are small amounts of CO2, which is carbon dioxide, and that helps plants with photosynthesis. The atmosphere is kept on the planet because of gravity. The Earth has such a strong gravitational pull that it keeps everything intact. And then there's a thick enough layer of atmosphere to keep out poisonous rays of radiation from the sun. Your next question is the ability to support life. And for Earth, obviously there is life on Earth, and so its ability is pretty out there. I mean, we all know that there is life on Earth, so yes, this planet can support life. The breathable atmosphere includes oxygen, which is something that we need to be able to live. Humans are made up about 60% of water, and there's plenty of it found on Earth to drink. And then there's plenty of light and heat from the sun, and there's a pretty nice temperature range overall. So next we're going to look for the interesting facts. And like I said earlier, they're everywhere on the website. Here's a couple places where you can pull some facts from. This kind of explains more in depth the seasons and everything that happens on Earth over the course of a year. There's even a nice little facts page about Earth, which is great. You guys also have worksheets that were passed out in class to each group. They look a little bit, they should look familiar because all it does is lists out the explanation of the planet and a little picture of the planet that you're more than welcome to color. Going back to solar system scope, you can see that you can pull a lot of facts from this also. And then on spacefacts.com, if you keep scrolling down, you'll reach something that says facts about the Earth or whatever planet that you are researching. So once you have that done, you fill it in. So I chose that Earth is the third planet from the Sun, the largest of the terrestrial planets. It is the densest of the 8 planets in the solar system. We have seasons because of the tilted axis of the Earth, and the Earth was once believed to be the center of the universe. Those are the facts that kind of stuck out to me the most in my research. The next thing you're going to want to do is take this information and put it into your assignment presentation somehow, whether it be a brochure, a Prezi, a Poplet, a PowerPoint, a poster, anything that you can think of that kind of shows you the differences between Earth and the planet that you've researched. So you're going to need to have all of your information about Earth, which I provided to you during class. Hopefully you took notes. And then from there, you're going to research your planet and kind of put them side by side in a presentation. Here's an example of a brochure that I made. You can see that The brochure is focusing on Mars. And then you would write your names on the back, and here is the order of the planets in the solar system. And then all of the questions that you had to answer are also listed on here as well. So for the Earth, you would fill in all of that information and give an example of life on Earth and why it's possible for humans to live on Earth. And then for Mars, you would do the same thing, and then using the conditions of the Earth as a guideline, could you live on Mars? Could Mars support life or any organisms that would be able to live there? And then the fun facts. You just have to focus on the fun facts for your planet. You don't really have to put Earth's fun facts on there. It's not a requirement. So I would just recommend doing Mars's fun facts. And that is the example of the brochure. This is a PowerPoint that focuses solely on Earth because I didn't want to give any of the information away for the other planets since you guys are going to be researching them. It just goes through and you can see the title is Earth, the third planet from the Sun. The next slide is the distance from the Sun. It gives that distance written out, and then there's a nice little diagram right here that you can look at. So this Kingdom Tower is 1 kilometer. Now you can see that that's the tallest tower that is on the Earth, and we are so much further away from the Sun than that one little tower. Here's the temperature, and I just threw a little thermometer in so you could see that it was being done in Celsius. Presence of atmosphere question, and then I added my little notes from my page onto here. Presence of water, did the same thing, that it's solid, liquid, and gas, and how much of the Earth's surface it takes up. Moving on to the ability to support life and my answer. And then the interesting facts. Now if you were to continue on with this, let's say you were doing Mars, you can go in here and put Earth versus Mars. You can change this and make it whatever you really want to. And then you can go down and you can put little tabs that say Earth. And it shows the distance from the Sun. You can do Earth's temperature. And just make those little changes throughout the first couple slides. And then add on slides. So now we're going to go to Mars. Atmosphere. And then we're going to do Mars. Temperature. And you just fill in your information. And then at the end you'll have your interesting facts, and hopefully all of the questions will be answered. You will be graded on this, and I hope this helped clear up everything. Good luck with it. If you need any help, you know that you can reach out to either me or Laura, and we'll be very happy to help. All right, have a good day.